Lion Varhal Rani, unfortunately is no more. We also had by name Kasim Mehdi, who is also no more. Among the founders, we are very happy to have joining us in the cancer hospital as well. He is going to come. He is the founder of this institution that we have right now. I know, please, this is an idea by the adjacent ashram was to provide the space for us and the Lions to build this infrastructure. And since 1974, they grew, and today they almost have 137 students. But here, it is partially supported by the government, only 1 or 2 teachers. There are only our endeavor of Lions of Vizag to support this project back. It has been on board, and it's a commitment to a senior Lion who dedicated his life, dedicated everything here. So we pick up a couple of clubs. Surprisingly, we have Lion Usha, whose father-in-law was also one of the founder members. Those 2-3 Lions clubs will be brought in, which we will discuss of this district and the multiple, that is the whole of Andhra Pradesh, that this has a great future, and we will ensure this project go to the much higher level, and you will see the bigger changes from the 1st of July, the next academic year itself. So the work will immediately commence in about 15-20 days time. Let's work and get on to the meetings. All will happen in this presence. So I promise you, next year you can start 11th standard, 12th standard, we have rooms. Those things are needed. We'll discuss and I come back to you. This is on behalf of the district governor and council chairman and all the council of governors. I will say, my colleagues, all the district governors, Lions name, Lions image and Lions logo are the elevate, grow and establish much larger things. We should not give up a promise that has been made, no matter who made, how many years ago. I think Lions of Vizag needs to come back to those terms, and we are all back, and I assure on behalf of Lions of the state that we take care and we'll ensure this project's move forward. Sadhgar, I'm making this commitment right in front of the international president, so we will do our best to put this back in store. You should wish her. I do this because my strength is our president.
Good luck, and I congratulate you on your success. Beautiful project.
Thank you. Director, our international director, new one, I request, as we have to go, come here, States, comes back here, studying our 11th standard and teaching them the dance. We are so happy.
Congratulations. Yes. I was wondering how they can do it, but they have good training.
A few words from the president, and then we move on with the next project. And this committee will come back to you. Right now, the secretary of the foundation, adjacent, is very eager to meet all of us and take things forward. So I promise on behalf of the Lions.
Thank you all the children. Nice meeting you, and I wish you good luck for the future. You are very important for the future of the project. I thank the teachers and trainers in the school and the people in charge of this project so much for very successful. We met the children, they are so kind, they are so ambitious, they are so polite and very disciplined. And I see, thank you all. Congratulations.
Vincent Prasad, we are so fortunate to have him and who continuously guide. The district governor of the district is the managing trustee. The immediate past governor is the holder. No, we can make the presentation later. IPDG is the treasurer. Every past governor and a past governor like Dr. V.S.R. Murthy for all the wonderful work that he do, and everyone in the district contributes. Today, the last council meeting.
We have an X-ray unit. We have basic laboratory services and an ECG machine. And what we have achieved. So we have been recognized by the state government and central government as a referral hospital. We are empaneled with several organizations for providing care to those empaneled with them. These are our statistics. So we have total 24,000 patients who have registered with us. We have treated nearly 15,000 patients with radiotherapy since inception. We have treated about 8,500 patients with the internal radiation or brachytherapy, and similarly machine and X-ray unit and various other modalities available within the bus to diagnose in remote rural areas. And we utilized a cobalt source replacement grant from NCIF, and because of that we were able to have faster treatments and treat about 80 patients a day. And with that help we have even treated 100 patients a day on the cobalt machine and reduced the waiting times for patients, which used to be months in the initial period. Factors which impair the treatment quality of childhood cancers. Now we wish to extend help to children. So childhood cancer treatment requires specialized diagnostic and therapeutic capabilities as well as the ability to manage potential complications. There are very few pediatric patients and insurance.
Please get it.
We are giving them food and all.
President, this is not only be a dream of those individuals that we could take things in and they smoke in the reverse area of the cancer. Technology has been a challenge. At this stage, as I was saying, that highs and lows are quite common in any project, so do we are not an exception. This building had a challenge of the fire extinguishing system, which is a prerequisite these days because of the height. And here is a leader who has come with a contribution of approximately around $15,000 to $20,000 of the cost that he is putting up from his side so that he looks after. And these leaders, 3 of them have stood as an example. And my contribution of $100,000 of US, which I committed and pledged, and I started already remitting, which will only go to this project because this project needs to go. That's how I intend to contribute beyond. What's more is yeah.
Group
Thank you.
So you have treatment here?
He came here. He needs special treatment. It's a bit costly for his chemotherapy. It's acute myeloid.
Garland him.
Your husband.
Doctor, we have not celebrated your marriage, but we want to celebrate it here. You, the lady selects and the man accepts. Now, you Garland.
Equal. It is an Indian way of expressing love towards the partner.
I see.
She's our goodwill ambassador, sir. Surviving 4B cancer since 26 years.
She underwent, she's been treated.
Come to the radiation facility that we are proposing to get in.
You want to go down the line? Missing the president. That's
All right. Radiation is coming to the
A diabetic care center here, which is as per the principles and guidelines of Lions Club International Foundation. And our committee decided it should have about 2,500. It's in the heart of the city. We're going to cost almost about $200,000. A lot of doctors in the club. And these two trusts come together and take it forward. This is going to be helping the city of Vizag and the neighborhood and various communities around. That's the whole idea. The club also helps us. We want to complete the whole project and give back to the club so that they would have their own blood bank running around in the future, and they would have one floor for them, the same size. Our intention is to make use of the best with the help of the Lions Club of Vizag Charity Trust. Other trusts, each floor we're trying to create some different projects. And still the club will have their own projects. What type of
We are going to, once they are first 5 years, it's only free of charge. First, because we are conducting a diabetic camp. Those persons who are known diabetics will come. Not unknown diabetics will not come. So we want to go door to door, home to home, test routine blood test and everything. Then we will confirm them. Starting from the diabetic medical drugs to insulin, we will take care of them. We will adopt them. And subsequently, if they are in the advanced state, like you have diabetic neuropathy, nephropathy, cardiomyopathy, encephalopathy, or any such complications are there, they will be dealt by the concerned specialist in the center. They will be given an appointment once in 2 days or once in a. So that is what we are planning. So to examine this basic examination will be completed in the first phase, in the center itself. So that is the reason we are going to have the complete comprehensive equipment even for all these tests. So, as it is low in patients, first 5 years. Then after 5 years, we want to expand after seeing the results. That's what we have projected.
LCF has asked us to do yet another thing. So wherever the specialists are needed, they will eventually go. The intent is to make this as big
That's why it's very important that lions around the world will unite hands to try to fight this silent killer. So I'm very grateful for you to have these great plans and ambition.
You are very right. Education of this counseling of the diabetes.
what age the
We have from 0 to 23 years. So all from low socioeconomic group, wherein they have to actually check their glucose every day before they take a food. So we are taking them into our society, and every 3 months we conduct a camp free of cost, wherein they will get all the insulin supply, glucometers, strips, and lancets to hold the finger check once in 3 months, and a creatinine test. So we have been doing this for almost like 4 years now. We had an MOU with IDF, Life for a Child program, but unfortunately I think right now the funds are less with LFSC, and they have cut down on the strips quota that we used to get. They used to supply 100 children supply to us. So now we are looking for more partners to come in and maybe to take it forward. We started off with just 25 children.
Yes, ma'am, that will be coming under comprehensive class, but we want you to appreciate this first of all. Yes, ma'am.
The entire team is full of endocrinologists. I myself am a dietitian and a diabetes educator, and we have social workers and now many were in the country.
No, I wish to just inform you.
They
are part of us.
part of it.
IDF, that's where the current status is.
Even are you trying for Mohan diabetes locally?
We have talked, this part of the world is quite known in Chennai, a doctor by name Mohan, and they've got a number of clinics all over. And with the other clubs so that, we create one of the finest projects are very, very auspicious and golden hands to light the lamp so that would be the initiation. That's it.
Yes, madam. దూరం ఏంటంటే మరి అందరూ వచ్చేటట్టు
అది కొంచెం వెనక్కి వెళ్తే సార్ సార్ కొంచెం సైడ్ రండి సార్
This DG team, the board of trustees,
I'm really proud that we are part of such a and I'll do my best. All of us together, we will make the best. Congratulations.
Thank you very much for your patient hearing, and thank you so very much for all the leaders of this multiple for having diligently keeping the image of man and thus the vision. Friends, for the first time, we have an international president attending our council. You can imagine that a president spends 2.5 days with us. That speaks how much of love she has for us. This is possible because of your good work. Your good work is fairly presented to her. I don't want to present her in this small crowd. We will have in the evening banquet a detailed presentation, a video presentation that has come from Lions Club International that we will provide. Madam Gudrun is not only the first leader. She never said this is because I'm a woman, I'm a president. She is leading us with excellence because she is the most able leader Lions Club International could be. Thank you very much for your leadership, and she is ably supported by past director Ram Biani, who's not only a director but a wonderful line leader who keeps guiding me. Have her. Thank you.
Thank you, Such a nice introduction of this. I am very happy, Madam, our privilege. I welcome area leader like Subhash Babu and part multiple council chairperson Nivutra Garu, alage the secretary governor Satish. And also I invite that Brandi Venkateswara at the prospect to you will do all our team we are managing with these is the able guidance of our two PIDs. One is Chikurupati, now is the other way is busy with his own work. Now you know Vijay, I did not tell about here. We will be a promise of this multiple is a good number of new members in this nation. The same as time as you do the leadership of this. There is strong leadership multiple, if you can say this. On this occasion, both you are coming to our council. We are very happy. Once again, we will big round of applause to both of them.
Giving me this opportunity. Dear friends, dear leaders of this multiple district, thank you for so much for serving your communities, which I have already witnessed. I have seen many projects and I've heard of many more. And thank you so very much how you develop your leadership skills and how you develop your membership in your multiple district. Yeah, that's what Vijay said. I'm coming here to visit you, to meet you because you're successful. I really want to know more about you. I come, I visit, I travel to meet the Lions. My message I bring, you might have already heard, but you might have a lot of questions in your head. So I would be pleased to discuss what you really like to discuss. But first of all, I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed of how you are running your multiple district in dignity and in harmony. That's very, very important. And all the leaders and all the Lions I have met have been so wonderful, careful in how they approach each other, all of us, so disciplined. And that's very important so we can respect each other. I think that's very important. And I have been saying to the leaders, I understand how you can do so much
how you can be so generous. Where do you have all the time? Where do you have all the money? Because you are really making miracles. And I thank you on behalf of Lions of the World, what you are doing for your communities. Thank you so very much for your service. You select your members carefully, you know, and when they join, you really have to take care of them like you do. You take care of them, you involve them in all the activities, you inform us, so the training you have, all the training, congratulations. It's very, very important to give all the Lions the opportunity to learn more about our association, to develop their personal skills and their leadership skills. That's what you do. That's why you are successful. That's one of my goals. That's one of my priorities. When I talk about the membership, yes, we need more members to be able to serve more people, but we don't need the quantity if there is no quality. So I talk more about the quality. And that's our responsibility. When we invite a person to a club, we have to respect that person. It's an individual, it's a human being. And a human being, you have needs. So if you invite a person to serve with us, give them the opportunity to also help us to make the right decision. What we do and how we do it. That's why we have to listen to the members. That's the respect we show to every individual. And I'm sure you do, because I know you work. I'll always talk about in my priorities, it's about the relationship, the friendship. It's like a solid foundation for a big building, a solid foundation for a big and strong club or a district. That to develop the relationships is we can constantly see hard competition, fighting for titles, no vision, only fight for titles. And I'm so pleased to know that this does not exist in your multiple district. And I congratulate you on that. We have seen it very successful. The districts that are the most successful, they have this harmony. So one of the things is, I have seen multiple presentations and very important, that's why we are encouraging all clubs to report the projects. So we know as Lions Clubs International what we are doing, how many we are serving. So we can proudly talk about we are serving more and more and in what project, what kind of projects. And I was really pleased when I saw this agenda here, because this quadrant on the first page, that's what we created. That's our long-range planning, LCI Forward, multiple districts and such. We are talking to you all. So talking about the service again, these 5 global courses, which you all know so very well, I don't need to talk about that. Even read the Lion magazine, as you as leaders, I'm sure you do. But also we had focus groups at forums and international conventions. So we have many ways to be able to communicate with the Lions of the World. And it's very important to base our future direction on facts. You know something, you know what you're doing. At the same time, we are developing the Leo movement. We are developing the Leo clubs, and we asked all the Leos of the world. And that survey was done last February. And we know now what Leos want. So to serve as a Leo or to become a Lion or be a partner of Lions. So we know a lot by asking. That position doesn't give you the opportunity to make big decisions. Only be leading the team of the committee, leading the team of the board. You're always working as a team, just like you are now. You are working as a team. All of you contribute. All of you help to make a decision for the future. And you're not only thinking about this year, even though you are serving in your position only 1 year. You have to think ahead. You have to be forward thinkers. So that's why I'm so pleased to say to all of you, even you are past governors, you're still the future leaders. Because all of us are responsible to create a better future for our clubs, district, and for the people we serve. We create the future. Nobody is creating the future for us. the board, the president, are able to help you, give you direction, but it's your call. And well, I will have the opportunity to work like it. I haven't seen anything like the project we have seen today and yesterday. And of course I knew a lot about you. He is always bragging about you. He is a very proud member of your multiple district. And I can tell you, he told me also, this is the most beautiful city in all India. And I think I can agree. I was very, very surprised and happy when I came and I saw how beautiful your city is. And I'm not gonna try to pronounce it because yeah, very difficult. Everything is very difficult. I'll tell you to make my name a bit easier. Ingva daughter. Daughter means daughter, just like the English word. I'm a daughter of Ingva. So half of my population is daughter, and the other half of the population is son, that's a man. So I'm a daughter, he's a son. And we have one daughter and one son, and 6 grandchildren. But in my country, I'd just like to add it to you because you don't know so much about this tiny little island in North Atlantic Ocean, where we have northern lights in the coldest winter, and we have midnight sun in the summer. So if you've seen my flag, the national flag, it's the blue color of the ocean and the blue color of the sky above, very, very blue. Then we have red, it's for the volcanoes, the fire, and white for the glacier, for the ice. So it's a country of ice and fire. And I talked about that I felt you were so disciplined, you're very calm. That's something that we have in common. In my country, we are very calm, we are very disciplined. We are, sometimes people say we are just like a glacier, just like frozen glacier, because we are so disciplined. But within, we have a volcano, burning fire. And I think that's a lot like lions. All of us have this burning fire in our heart, and we really want to use that fire because we really want to make a difference. So yes, I'm a volcano inside, if I'm sometimes like a glacier outside, but most often you can see me smiling and happy because I am happy, because I'm a lion and I'm a proud lion. And I'm so pleased to meet the lions. So when I'm traveling the world like I have been doing for now 2.5 years, my first visit was India actually. First visit when I was elected as a second vice president. First visit was India. And now I'm again. I come again and again, and I have visited how many? 20, 30 blonde with blue eyes. I'm not. Coming though from Northern Europe, where majority is blonde with blue eyes. So maybe you look alike compared to Northern Europeans, but like Northern Europeans, there are also many different cultures and countries, but we all are an international family. That is what is combining us all. So as I said, I've always been surprised how powerful the Lions of India are and how dedicated and how much service they do. And that's something we can really thank you for. And many shades, many shades. The ocean is actually very, very colorful. Many blue colors. So my pen has 2 of these blue colors, just to have it more simple. Symbolizing the ocean, because ocean is connecting countries. That was the way for communication. We can send an email nowadays, but we have to send a letter by a in our language. If I read it the Icelandic way, it's Varmá. Varmá means a warm river. and the warm water in the river comes from a hot spring. That's Varmá. And we have many Varmás in my country. Many Varmá, many warm rivers with warm water coming from the hot springs. And this warm water was used both for bathing, for washing, and we could even use this in power. So I congratulate you to be running such a wonderful multiple district, and I wish you very, very good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I think that India, if they would lose the Lions Club International tomorrow, we would be missing a lot for the less fortune. You have a lot of good projects. You are maybe the multiple districts that are most generous, as I have seen, and you are very polite. Sometimes when I go to other districts, they just push me away and want to take pictures with my wife. You don't do that. So don't tell other people that. I like you very much. And then I see two ladies there. Congratulations that you are what you have been doing. And I know that sooner than later we will get more women in this elite, powerful women that have a lot of knowledge. And I like your project about diabetes, because as a family doctor, I know that probably we have 420 million with diabetes around the world. And probably 200, I am like a pregnant woman. So I have to get down. When you are traveling, you are sitting on meeting from 8 o'clock in the morning to midnight, and sometimes maybe have one glass of white wine or red wine, and you are not moving around, you will get these things. My wife don't like that. She wants me to live longer. Thank you all, and follow the advice, be like you are, and you will be successful. Thank you very much.
All of us. Definitely in his tenure of these 2 years, definitely you can use your services, whatever that better manner to our multiple. Now I request to address our council this great duty.
Thank you, Chairman. Warm River. We will have to ask her why his wife, is he Warm River or not?
Yeah, always a Warm River.
SS1. Yes. Our great national president, first ever lady, very sober and very happy president. You will not find many presidents to be so much happy. The Lion who has really raised the bar for the international practice. The Lion who worked so hard for last 2 years, he has made things difficult for the upcoming directors. A Lion par excellence and a Lion 4 a.m., 4 a.m., I don't know what time he sleeps. I have to ask Bhavi. Our great past international director and LCIF secretary trustee, Lion Vijay Raju. Our future, our endorsee, ID endorsee, Lion Vamsi. Our council officers on the dais, our district governors, vice district governors, the past district governors, my colleague past district governors, and of course SIBA. SIBA has also been helping the Lions community from last so many years, as saying her, and dear friends. I'm very happy to be here in the city of this Vizag. Our president lives maybe around 10,000 miles away from this place. I live only 1,000 miles away. But still, one district is not positive because of some litigation problem with one club. That big club of 105 members. So I know that. And hopefully the things will be very good by the end of the year, and all the 6 will be in AVS Raju. You have many good leaders here. You have given good leadership to the country, to the organization. And we look forward to find in next few months a lot of change in that magazine, and that shows the great leadership of our great friend Lion Vijay Raju. And you know, it's not that the previous people were not working, they were working. But he works with an innovative mind and applies in a mind in such a way that it benefits all of us. That is the leadership we have in Vijay. Right?
Thank you, Vamsi. it's a great support to all of us. Definitely all are with you. Very soon you go to see another Telugu director. Thank you very much. I congratulate and wish you all the very best forever and ever. Then we can see.
Andhra Pradesh, I do not want to cause inconvenience you because first time we ever got an opportunity to make a request in front of our all leaders, to place it before you. That's all I want to tell you. Thank you very much.
The discussion was that there are a couple of revenue districts of Karnataka which are with Telangana 320. So they would be forming part of 317B. So 317B leadership has been told by Krishna Reddy to start working to see how we can merge those things with us. And he also categorically told that Chittoor district will be and shall be given to 316. So definitely we are also working in that plan. So we need to take it
It's good. We now reorganize ourselves as per our individual states.
Now that lines in this country, at least southern part, Director JP, we all eat Tamil Nadu one multiple. Kerala 318 is one.
The days were reduced from 4 days to 3 days. And regarding the regional leadership institutes, there are some changes which Vijay will inform you later, that next year onwards you will have a choice between the regional leadership institute or an ELLI regionally. Regionally you can have an ELLI. You will be having a choice between the regional lines leadership institute or emerging lines leadership institute. You can have it. So that is these are some changes, and there was one more information that one of our youth exchange chairperson Praveen was awarded the top 10 youth exchange chairpersons from India. Praveen from India was awarded in top 10 youth chairpersons from the world. That was good news for us.
Tomorrow 9 o'clock we are going to start. I request all the council officers and council members to assemble by 9 o'clock tomorrow. Whatever the agenda,
right from the day one, they are signing in a positive growth. And last year we had so many troubles as we use as our PID, which is told by earlier. So except one district which is having the technical problem, I'm sure that also it will be, he will also make it in a positive way, in 2 or 3 weeks I think. And today also I think he is giving 2 or 3 clubs. And the rest I'm sure definitely this year we are going to break so many records with all the cooperation of all the council governors. So once again support what he has given, and I'm sure definitely our area will break some records this year. Thank you, Anand, for giving this opportunity.
Thank you, Ramesh.
For them exclusively in Milan, it is what has been just discussed. However, your recommendation will help us in a lot way. If you can put in a word to the convention division that they be supported so that these 3 will not be deprived to be part of the Chicago training, because they are excited to go to Chicago. They are also equally wanted to be part of Milan, and that's what we need your indulgence.
Nowadays,
all of the wings are properly placed and showing good results. But I have a question. Why the international is not thinking on retention? Retention is the one area where so can I request you to take proper care on GLP with the heads like Vijay Kumar Raj and our PA?
Thank you very much for this question, and I cannot agree more with you that the retention is the most important part of the membership. So each and every coordinator has some areas to work on. But GMT membership means not only recruiting new members, chartering new clubs, but even more importantly to retain we used to have MERD, membership, extension, and retention. It has all been emerged into one, membership. So for me
For
personally,
working on this diabetes, and we have prepared a report how lines can work on the crusade against diabetes. So we have taken that project and we have prepared a note on that one, and tomorrow we will present to our council members that one. Now I take this opportunity to present this report to you, madam, and which I seek permission from our council chairperson and Vijay Kumar Raju to allow us to present this report to madam.
Can we come at